Well, what is going on, gang? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. It is very nice to have you here today. I've got something on the table from the folks at Ameight or Ameight Knives. It's a division of Migaron. I have known Sam over at Migaron for a long time. And when I got home from work the other day, this was in my mailbox, and I didn't ask for it. But he sent it along for me to take a look at, and now I'm going to share it with you. This is the Glear II. Now, the original Glear was a little bigger. This has a really nice flipper. It is M390. Hollow ground M390. Has a very neutral handle, which is plenty big. You know, even for me, you can see I get in my hand there pretty good. The blade is the real showstopper here. It's got a sort of a flat polish on the inside of the fuller. It is hand ground hollow. All these knives are hand ground, for the hollow at least. The titanium scales are milled with kind of a diamond plate pattern that's not too aggressive, but gives it plenty of grip. They are sculpted, they're not just slab side, which is really nice. It's got a little backspacer back here. And a change up for them, this is a really nice, relatively deep carry pocket clip. I'll be talking about this one in a little bit, but you can see the pocket clip placement on this one is really low. We'll get to this in a bit. The Glear II here was a real surprise to me, and I fell in love with it almost immediately. I really love this shape of handle, right? It's not overly fancy, but boy, is it comfortable. It's got a little bit of a choil up here where you can put your finger. It is running on bearings. As you can see, it's got the Ameight logo right there. Right, I think, there we go. Very simple construction. T8 screws all the way around. Nice thumb studs, which are a little tiny bit, well, I mean, they're on the blade, but because of this choil, they're not technically in the cutting path, which is a really nice feature. Action's very good. You can thumb stud it. You can flip it. Oh, don't want to rock the table. You can, if you get your finger in there, even Spidey flick it, because you can get to this fuller just a little bit on the inside of that choil. This choil itself is a really nice feature. Now, if you've got smaller hands, this might be a little big, but for me, it's just stupid comfortable. I love this blade. I just keep coming back to it. Let's get some specs out of the way on the Glear II here. You're looking at 3 1/8 inch of cutting on 3.5 inches of M390. The grip area from behind that flipper tab is 3.9 inches to here, but if you add that choil, 1, 2, 3, 4 3/4 inches. I mean, there's plenty of room on this knife. Now, the choil isn't enormous, and the edge, it's a lovely edge, by the way, it does come right to it, so you don't want to be careful, but if you want to be up close, right here, and work on something, this is a really well done bit of kit. It's just a lovely knife. Now, these are only about 180 bucks. I know, it's not insignificant money, but it's also not ridiculously expensive either. And you get a lot of knife for the money. Overall, we are coming in at a little over 7 1/4 inches. 7 3/4 inches, excuse me. We're just a little short of the 8-inch mark. You can't see it in the camera, but I can. Closed length. Just shy of 4.5. The in-the-pocket profile is pretty good. With that flipper tab, you're looking at 1 1/4 inches. But you know, there's some jimping here, which is a little aggressive. So if this is in your pocket, you might not want to drop this in there next to your phone. But you know, other than that, it's okay. A little bit of rock there. Sam continues to produce just really nice knives for not a lot of money. I mean, they're not cheap. We're not talking, you know, Ganzo or, you know, like Sativian, but you still get a lot of knife for your 170 bucks. You really do. Let's do some size comparisons. Knives you may be familiar with. Here it is against our old friend the Bug Out. And as you can see, the Glear II is a little bit bigger. Not much, a little bit bigger. Of course, completely different aesthetic and design ideas, so this is much heavier, but not much. It's pretty good. Here it is against the Para 3, and as you can see, the Glear is bigger than that. Here it is against PM2, and the Glear is going to be shorter than that, but also narrower. And of course, because of the way that the paramilitary designs of Spyderco are, you actually get, more cutting edge by a little tiny bit, not much, but a little more cutting edge on a knife that is half an inch shorter. I really do like this tie back spacer I put on this thing. This knife is, as I said, it was a surprise. I am glad to have it, and I think you would be glad to have one too. I hope he keeps doing this. I really do. In a world of really expensive titanium and high-end steel knives, Sam is out there, Migaron and Ameight Knives is out there, continuing to try to bring us stuff that is refined in design, using good materials that's not going to break the bank, and I'm never going to argue with that as an idea. If you're looking for a super high-end knife, well, maybe go somewhere else. If you're looking for a well-made, nice knife and good materials that is surprisingly comfortable in hand, the Glear II from Ameight Knives, or Ameight, we're going to go with that, may be for you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This has been the Ameight Glear II M390 titanium running on bearings. I have been a Therapeutic Edge. Remember, gang, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. We'll see you next time.